So since the reveal that Xebec was actually Blackbeard's father, I've been seeing a lot of questions about particular things. And honestly, this feels like a good time to answer a couple of them because I see a lot of people being confused and we don't want people confused. So let's go ahead and nip some of these questions in the buds and get some things straight so that as we move forward for the series, we can look at this with some perspective. Now, honestly, the most common question that I usually see is why, if Xebec had, Blackbeard, why didn't people recognize him? Why wasn't he hunted the way that Ace was? And honestly, there's two very important answers to this question, and they both revolve around the same thing. Anybody who would have known him personally probably wouldn't have cared, because I've seen this come up quite a bit with why didn't Whitebeard recognize him? Honestly, he very well might have, but why would he hold, Blackbeard's dad against him? He certainly didn't with Ace, so we have no reason to think that he wouldn't with Marshall D. Teach as well. So, and even if the other Rocks Pirates did know about this, it's not exactly like they're having fond reunions about their time in the Rocks Pirates together. Then I get to the big question, which is what I quite see often, which is why didn't the world government hunt him down the way they hunted Ace? And the answer is because Ace's dad was Gold Roger and there was no way to hide him. And whether you want to admit this or not, despite how much we think Rocks is cool as a fan base, the rest of the One Piece world doesn't know who he is. He's essentially a hidden criminal. Whether this was because he was confined to Impel Down or because he was, just completely removed from the history books, leaving only a few Marines to know who he was, the general public is unaware of him. So the world government could not launch the same degree of searching for a child of his the way that they could with Gold Rogers. And they couldn't even hype people up to go hate him the way they could with Roger, because then they would have to explain who Rocks is, what happened, and why he was the way he was, and that would frankly probably unravel or create a series of issues for them. And ultimately, Marshall D. Teach just became a problem that was easier to ignore for the longest time than it was to pursue, which hasn't worked out very well right now, but they had no way of knowing that when this started. I hope this answers your questions, and if you have any more questions about One Piece, be sure to leave them in the comments because we talk a lot about it on this channel.